Good afternoon, everybody. This is Blue Table Talk, and I'm your host, Deborah Jones. And we have an exciting person on tonight. But before we get to our host tonight, let me tell hello first. Hey, Jeanetta, how you doing? How you doing? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hello. I can now. I
Okay.
can. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I can. I called you and I said, okay, he's not coming on. I just get some announcements and keep it moving. Anyway, so we have Jeanetta Price on tonight, and before I get to talk to her, our co-host is a little ill tonight, so she won't be popping in tonight. But I want everybody to know I'm so excited tonight because three things going on. Number one, well, this is my third year on the podcast on the scene, so I am celebrating 3 years as Blue Table Talk hostess. So, hello everybody. Let me give you myself a clap on that. Yeah. Yeah. 3 years with Blue Table Talk. Also,
Yes.
a shout out to Hebrew High School because this starting tomorrow, they'll start their mass reunion. And so I think tomorrow is registration. So a shout out to Hebrew High School Panthers. Those Panthers gonna be out this weekend. So y'all better, they're on prowl. So y'all better be looking out for them. Okay. And also in July, we're gonna have those Charleston Paula Bulldogs out. This their reunion year also. So it's just reunion time for everybody right now. Everybody's having a great time, are gonna have a great time, and will have a great time. And just, let's keep everything decent and in order. Okay, so a shout out to them. A shout out, like I said, to Hebrew High School Panthers. And then we go to the Bulldogs. Now, if you want to go on a casino trip in July, the Charleston Park Bulldogs are we'll be having a bus to go out on the 17th. I think it's the 17th. So get in touch with one of the alumni and they will give you more information about that. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and introduce my guests. Tonight we have Jeanetta Price on tonight. And I am so excited because she has a lot to tell us tonight. Uh, Jeanetta, you don't mind if I read some of your resume? Okay, I guess not. Can you hear me?
Absolutely. Do your
Okay,
thing, Miss Deborah.
okay. Because she froze a little bit. I'm like, okay, can she hear me? Okay, so she gave me a little bit of her resume. Let me
I can
read
hear
it to
you.
you. Miss Price, let me see. Hold on, let me get to it. Jeanetta Mary Alice Price is she said from the little big city of Beaumont, Texas. Hey, girl. That's an honor. Southeast Texas called Beaumont. Miss Price is a graduate of Lamar University with a bachelor's degree in social work and master's degree in clinical mental health counseling. In addition, she is a licensed mortgage loan originator known as the out of sight mortgage loan lady. Miss Price is a visionary. Miss Price is the visionary behind the first anthology, the Right to Heal. Miss Price's mission is to help others tap into their vision by utilizing writing as an instrument of healing. Miss Price is a living testimony that it is more glory to her story. Often she reflects on the life of the virtuous woman, Essie Andrews, her biological and spiritual mother, who leads by example with and by her unwavering faith. God blessed me with the gift to write in order to learn very young the power of words. Although some days she did not feel beautiful, but she wrote herself beautifully healed. As a spoken word artist, she hosts the Right to Heal seminars that includes sports, partner artists, and even audience members who will participate in open mic sessions. The seminar provides a safe poetic space for all participants to begin their journey in the healing to write. Miss Price's freedom of expression, boldness, vulnerability, and confidence set her aside from other authors, artists, and advocates unapologetically. Her writing is a reflection of her unique personality, life experience, complemented by God given creativity. The fire that is shut up in her bones spread widely around the atmosphere and set others on fire to stand fearless in their truth as a right to heal. Miss Price was given the vision but could not deliver the birth of this book without the visionaries. Awesome, Miss Price. That is very awesome. I'm so excited. So tell us a little bit about yourself as far as the healing process and everything. We're healing and blindness, I assume.
Yes, that's right. So at the age of 25, I started my journey on losing sight. But about the age of 30, I gained vision. And I tell any and everybody that when I had 2020, I was truly blinded because I never would have reached my full potential in life. I had no desire to go back to school. I received my bachelor's and master's as a blind woman. But just to kind of fast forward it too, when I first started losing sight, I didn't realize that I was grieving. I didn't have that knowledge and just the understanding of the grieving process until I was in the master's program. So
Mm-hmm.
grief, I only associated grief with losing a loved one. But that's losing sight, that's losing a relationship, that's losing a
Right.
limb,
Exactly.
and just to let people know that grieving is it's a norm. That but being stuck is not.
Mm-hmm.
So what I realized is that I was grieving and I don't want another mother to go through losing sight, feeling she's all alone and there's no hope. So I truly tapped into my vision and I just thank God because for 4 years I suffered with severe depression. I had over 20 some eye procedures within that 4 year gap. And I gave up on life because I was only looking through my physical lens,
Mm-hmm.
and but I always tell people I thank God for a praying mother, a praying family, because even when I wasn't praying for myself, like so many people was keeping me uplifted, and I just thank God for that because like about 4 years later, that's when I tapped into my vision. And then that's when I began to live my best life out of sight. And I stopped focusing on what I did not have, but focusing on what I had. And so much, I still had so much.
Mm-hmm.
So it took for me to meet some more blind individuals that never seen before, but they was happy. And I was sitting up here miserable because now God had blessed me to see for 25 years. But it's like I always tell people it took for me to lose sight to gain vision, and once I gained vision, God allowed me to see better.
Mm-hmm.
See, 5 years ago, I received a special contact where I was able to see my face again after 15 years. It was all on the local news. I was able to renew my license, purchase me a car, and I'm doing this interview in my car at this moment, okay? And so it's a beautiful thing. I love driving my blind brothers and sisters around. I be like, put your white canes in the sunroof. I have my own company, Blind Girl Magic. I remember when you couldn't say Jeanetta and blind in the same breath.
Right.
So I believe in the three C's of life, and that's challenges, choices, and consequences. Now,
Mm-hmm.
at the age of 25, my challenge was blindness. I made a choice to sit on the couch, and the consequences was negative. I was bitter, angry, and non-productive. But today, my challenge is still blindness, but I made a choice to get up off the couch, and I
Mm-hmm.
received my bachelor's, my master's. My consequences are now on a positive spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I do believe the three C's of life, we all experience the three C's, and we all have a choice of what side of consequences we want to land on.
Right, right, right. I know why you was on on that couch. Your mom was just on her knees.
Come on, you know my mama.
You know, I know your mama.
Yes, she was. And I tell anybody that, even in my book, The Right to Heal of my journey, it's my testimony. And
Mm-hmm.
so now I'm on this mission of healing. And the name of my book is The Right to Heal. That's WRITE, because
Right.
I believe in the power of writing.
Mm-hmm.
Writing saved my life.
Right.
So when I first started losing sight, I didn't write for 4 years because I was like, it's no sense in me writing. I could barely see the paper, and I was real negative.
Right.
However, it was like, you know what? Well, I'm about to find out how can I write. I started buying sharpies and large line print paper, and begin to tap into some blind skills and begin to just start focusing, like changing your mindset is the first
Right,
thing.
right,
Because if
right,
you believe your life is over, then you will act like your life is over. But when
right.
you believe that you can live and you can live a productive life, then you
Hmm.
get up and you start to fight.
Right, right. So I know you have a degree in mental um what is it, mental illness.
Mental health counseling.
So what experience you have working with children and adults to improve the abuse and trauma? Do you have any experience in that?
I do. First of all, it's my life. Okay,
Right.
so I've experienced a lot of trauma. I had a brain aneurysm when I was 21.
Mhm.
When I was 15, we're gonna go even back when I was 15. I was diagnosed with thyroid issues. They didn't know what was wrong with me for a long time,
Right.
and I stayed in the hospital for like over a month when I was in the 10th grade. So when it come to trauma, when I had that brain aneurysm, they said I wasn't gonna be able to walk or talk. Like that is my ultimate goal, is to specialize in grief and trauma.
Right.
Okay. I worked at Memorial High School for like about 4 years, and I put on different programs and events for the school, and I work with that at risk population,
Hmm.
because they need someone that will listen. I host these seminars, The Right to Heal. I have been like keynote speaker going into the juvenile detention centers. One of my goals is to go inside the prisons as well. So much healing need to take place.
Hmm.
Actually, for Juneteenth, I wrote a poem called "My Black is Beautifully Painful," and I wrote that poem because of what I experienced at Memorial High School. The 4 years I was there, total about 5 students passed. About three of them was murdered, and I was like,
Right.
it really the way I was able to cope was to write about it, just write about how I was feeling. At the end of the poem, I
Hmm.
share how beautiful my black is, but we have work in our community as well. So at this time, I'm an associate. Anybody that knows, when you're an LPC, once you pass that test, you got to get those 3,000 hours. But I'm looking forward. My ultimate goal is to build a therapeutic theater here in Southeast Texas,
I'm so
because
proud
I
of
believe in the
you.
power of the art.
I am so proud of you. I haven't known you long, but I mean, when I heard your story, and I was in your office in tears, you know. But I grew up with your mom, so I
Yes,
I know how she and her siblings, and I know how they are, So when I met you, I'm like, oh my God, you S's daughter. So
yes. And let me tell you about my mama. When I was giving up on life, she was not having it. I did
I
not.
know,
I thought my mama. I thought my mama was evil. I was crying, having a pity party. She would never join my pity parties, and I was like, oh, I can't see. And she told me one day, she said, "Listen here, you little ungrateful child. God delivered you from a brain aneurysm, and you worried about some old eyes." I looked at my mom. I was like, "Oh my God, she's so mean. She's so evil." But I just thank God for my mom, because she would not allow me to just soak in that pity party.
right, right,
I might didn't receive it at that time, but
right,
I thank God for everything, the tough love and everything of her just forcing me to get up and not accepting of me quitting. Because growing up, we could not even use the word "I can't" in her household.
right,
So like me saying that I can't live this life, mama, she was not having it at all. So
right,
I just thank God for my mother. She's one of the strongest women that I know. So
right.
I thank God I could call her mama.
I hear you, girl. Well, let me go. Let me talk to my audience right now. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight on Blue Table Talk. We have Jeanetta Price on, the out of sight mortgage loan lady, and she has a great testimony to tell you guys. And also, we're gonna tell you something at the end what she's doing this weekend. Excited. So, Janice says hello, everyone. Congratulations and thank you, Janice. Happy third anniversary, Deborah. I told everybody this is my third anniversary for being on Blue Table Talk, and June was the month for me.
Come
And
on.
okay. So Bobby Henry says, my sister was legally blind before she passed at 55. I'm so proud of her of you to stay on your journey to help someone else, blind, crippled, or hearing impaired. Isaac Mouton says inspiring. So go ahead and hit that share button. Let everybody know that Jeanetta is on right now. Jeanetta Price is on the Blue Table Talk right now, and keep your questions going. And ask Jeanetta anything because she is like I said, she's a mental health counselor, and also she's a mortgage lady, and she also a long, like I say, law originator, and she also wrote a book. So let's talk
Yes.
about that. Let's talk about that mental health one more time. How would you respond to a family presenting a crisis?
Well, first of all, if we can identify the crisis, then we come up with a plan of action, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So it's no one fit for any family, you know. So we can get deeper. First, identifying the problem. And if you can identify the crisis, then we can start working on some solutions and make a plan of action together, you know. But just let them know that it is hope. A lot of times when we go through something, we think it's the end, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But once I can help like a family start finding solutions, then you know it's not over, but you can start over, you know, because in this day and time, look like crisis is every corner, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But it's like let's start putting some tools in our toolbox so when we come across these crises that we can go to work, you know. And
Right.
so and that's the main thing for me is just being open, you know, to mental health, because a lot of times in our community that's something that you know when you talk to God and nobody else, but making it a norm to let people know it's okay to ask for help, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So that's my main thing is letting people know it is okay to ask for help.
Right.
So
Right. Right. I know you like working in the community because you are the community lady as well. So, what is your
yeah.
what is your knowledge of the community resources or programs?
So in the community, one thing I am a resource, and this is what I tell any and everybody, but all listeners. If you know somebody that is losing sight, please contact me. Definitely, Ms. Deborah, we can share my contact information as well.
Okay.
I'm
I
gonna go ahead and because I am a resource. You know, I know how it feels to feel like you're the only blind person in your community. So one thing we need to do is be able to share resources because once we share resources, we're sharing hope. We're sharing like just able to heal, like allow people to heal when we share resources because a lot of times we lack that healing because of lack of knowledge,
mm-hmm.
you know. So I am a resource and I go by out of sight. I'm the out of sight resource. I'm the out of sight loan lady. I'm the out of sight counselor and it's just an out of sight party, okay? So I am a resource, but it's so many people that is losing sight. That's a shame and they sitting in the house. You
Yeah.
know, that's why my company, Blind Girl Magic, is the only company that's culturally driven in the blind community and on purpose. I design shirts and I incorporate the white cane in all my gear. The white cane is symbolic for blindness and independence. And you do
Right.
not have to be blind to rock my gear. It's a movement. I tell people we don't make moves, we make movements. So when my sister is in Walmart rocking my Blind Girl Magic shirt with this white cane that's incorporated in the cane, somebody will approach her and go, "Is that Blind Girl Magic?" And then she's able to get their information. Then I'm able to serve as a resource for their family member or their loved one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I want to encourage the community to rock Blind Girl Magic. But I must admit, Beaumont, Golden Triangle always show up when I host an event as well. October is Blindness Awareness Month.
Mm-hmm.
Many people don't know that. You know, we all know it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but many people don't know it's Blindness Awareness Month. So we show up on purpose
Mm-hmm.
because now we got to let people know that we are the blind and we are in the community living our best lives out of sight.
Awesome.
So, like I say, the first thing is I serve as a resource in my community. So if anybody knows somebody that's losing sight, tell them to call out of sight. anytime, and I will help them because, and actually I'm getting ready to go to national convention. I serve in leadership in the National Federation of the Blind. It's the largest advocate organization that was designed by the blind and ran by the blind. And our national convention will be in Houston, Texas. If you guys would like to get involved, please contact me. It's over 3,000 blind people from all over the world.
Uh,
Also sighted people, in the blind community. In the blind community, we call people that can see sighted. So it's a combination of everybody, and I serve in leadership in that organization on two different levels. So on a national level, I serve as president of the
wow.
National Federation of the Blind Community Service Division. So we go out and give back in our communities on purpose to let people know that blind people are just not on the receiving side, that we're big givers as well. And I also serve as the president of our local chapter, the Golden Triangle.
Wow. You wear many hats, Jeanetta. Many, many,
I
many hats.
know.
Well, so
And I
when do you
thank God because I remember when I wasn't wearing any hats, you know?
okay?
So
So now you might as well wear all of them now, huh?
gotta wear them all. Gotta wear them all. Yes.
So when do you sleep?
Okay. Listen, everybody asks me that, but I just tell people I just thank God because, He just give me the strength to keep pushing, and I'm a writer, so I still have to have that quiet time too to write. So it's times where, like, a lot of times I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and I begin to write. And that's just how God gives it to me. And not only do I write my truth, but I also write, you know, anybody's truth. Like my mom was molested in the home. As a kid, I'm able to write her truth and help her with her healing journey to set
Right,
her free and let her know that her voice is heard as well.
right, right,
So a lot of times people look at me, they was like, "Oh my God, was that poem about you?" It could be about anybody, and I said no, but if I hear it and if it's true, then I can write it.
right, right, right. Oh, Terry Preston Roy wants me to tell you hello. Say hello, my friend.
Hey,
Yeah, so
I'm his lender.
so I'm getting ready to ask you some questions about the mortgage industry. So explain the loan application or approval process for new clients.
Okay, the first thing is I want everybody to know that a lender is the alpha and omega. A lot of times, new homeowners they go straight to the realtor, but she have to bring you back to me because
Right.
we don't want to give you the pre-qualification so she can know how much house you can afford and she could go search for your forever home. Okay, so the application is very simple. I normally just text people the application online. You fill it out, and once you submit it, it comes straight to out of sight mortgage loan lady. I send you a list of items that I need. It's not, a lot of times people are so afraid to take the first step, and that's to fill out the application. And I always tell people, I'll never tell you no. It might be a not now, but I'm solution focused. So I'm going to give you some solutions or some things that you can do so we
Mhm.
can get this approval. It's never a no for me. I don't live like that. And I always tell people no mean next opportunity for me,
Mhm.
so but no mean also not at this moment, but let's see what we need to do and we're gonna work together. And I always tell people teamwork make the loan work,
Right.
so filling out the application is the step number one, but that is the largest step because so many times we rule ourselves out. And I want people to say, count yourself in, not out.
Yeah.
Fill out the application and don't be afraid because we're going to definitely find solutions so you can reach your home ownership goal.
Right. I know you said a no means not right now or whatever. So do you write them a denial letter or you just
I'm not
take
denying because I'm not denying anything. Is your pre-qualification, but we'll see what we need to do
mhm.
to get there. So it's more of a consultation. It's never I'm denying you. I would never do that,
Mhm.
because it's not the end. It's actually when you fill out the application, it's the beginning of your journey, so we can see how
Right.
we can get home.
Right. Right. So have you ever had a difficult client? And if you have, what happened and how did you handle it?
Absolutely. But I always treat people, first of all, how I handle any situation. I'm going to treat people with love and respect. A lot of times, if you're out there and you're receiving a lot of wrong information, you know, and once you get to me, I'm just trying to just redirect some of that, that wrong information and try to guide you in the right situation. But when I tell you once, I have not had a client that was my client and that I gave a pre-approval to that was not pleased with my service. But if somebody called me and say, for instance, they, I've heard this. Well, this lender told me this. Well, this lender told me that. One thing, I'm a very honest lender, okay? And I have to sleep at night. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be very honest. And sometimes people don't want to hear the truth, but in some lenders will say, oh, I can give you a 4.9 interest rate. That's not a reality today, So those things of just being me. I'm just gonna always be me in anything that I do. When I came into to be, in the lending profession, I never sold like I never been a salesman, but I'm always passionate and I'm gonna always be truthful to whoever and whatever I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing that's something that I noticed when some clients come to you, it's like they shopping around. So and they want to go to whoever say they're going to give them, but can nobody can tell you I'm going to give you a 4.9 interest rate
Mm-hmm.
in today's market, and then they haven't even pulled your application, like pull your credit and stuff like that. So
Right.
just me trying to, and that's what all the house party stuff. And this is not June is National Home Ownership Month. So
Mm-hmm.
these are things that I want to go over with the community. A lot of the myths, a lot of the misconceptions, a lot of everything you Google on, like they tell you got to put 20% down. I know I have clients that can testify they went to closing with no money down.
Right.
Like so I love like being able to bring you home, and if your goal, I have some clients they say I want to put $100,000 down. I've had that. But I
Mm-hmm.
have most of my clients say, you know what, I as I don't want to put that much down. Whatever you can help me with down payment assistance, then I know how to serve you because
Mm-hmm.
everybody is an individual, But it's nothing like closing a deal and your client walking in there and don't have to put a penny down.
Yeah. I know that's right. I know that you're to get on this loan situation. I know that you're getting ready to put on house party this weekend, this Friday.
House party, yes, and I have partnered with the line dancing queens too.
So you want to give them some information on that, and then we come back to the loan information.
Yes, but everybody is welcome to come. It's open to the community. I partner with the Line Dancing Queens, and I also partner with DJ Chat. She's real popular. I love her energy and everything. So we gonna line dance, and we're gonna have like a old school house party over there at the old fairground. And I'm gonna get that. If you could pull up that flyer for me, um,
I'm getting
Miss
it.
Deborah. We can pull up that flyer, have all the information. I also have it posted on my page. We partner with the Housing Authority. I was sharing with them my vision of throwing these house parties because I want to make it fun. I believe when you force feed people, then we don't receive it. If you're on housing, please show up because housing have so many programs and they can also help you pay your mortgage. So I'm in the process where I have a young lady that's approved and housing will be able to help her pay her mortgage as well. So we want to turn this rent into some mortgage. And while the funds are there, like I don't want you guys to miss out on this. So we're gonna share just resources at
Mm.
this house party. But we're gonna have fun. We're gonna do some line dances. And I go by out of sight the mortgage loan lady, but baby, I'm gonna be out of breath because I'm gonna be trying to do these little line dances. I'm not about to let Miss Deborah I do me. Big girl light on her feet, okay? And so I want people to say, you know what, I want out of sight to be my Linda. I need a Linda with a vision, and
Mhm.
that's who I am. Because I've been told no in my life. I
Right.
was told no by my professor in the master's program. She told me she never seen a blind counselor. So
Hmm.
she strongly encouraged me to drop. I told her, girl,
Wow,
don't tell me that.
you have got to be kidding.
No, I'm not. And guess what? That same professor wrote letters for scholarships for me as well. We became very good friends, you know. So no, don't let nobody tell you no. You
Right.
know, get you a lender with a vision and we're gonna work it out. We're gonna find some solutions and we're gonna get you home. But in meanwhile, we're gonna party too. So it's this Friday at 6 o'clock
With
and
the
it's
name.
open to the it's open to the community and I'm looking forward to having a good time. And also, like I said, we have refreshment, door prizes. I'll be giving out just different resources and information, even about the down payment assistance that we have. Like I said, I'm super excited because the city does have some down payment assistance, but it's some guidelines to it as well,
Right.
you know. So that's why I tell people every down payment assistance program is not for you. However, but I will find the one that is for you.
You
Okay.
know, you
So
know, what was that last year, year before last, during the pandemic, when we had that CARES Act and we didn't even act on it, and
yeah,
the state wanted their money back,
they
so
got it back.
they got that money back. Now
Yeah,
now it's time for us to go out
that's
and
why we gotta share this information and we gotta utilize these resources because if we don't use it, we lose it.
you lose it.
You
You
know.
lose what you don't use.
So
Oh yeah,
come line dance with us on Friday.
yeah. Come on, I'm ready. And what's the time?
It's from 6 to 8:30.
What time the nine steppers will perform? I for you know. Have you put that in?
It's from 6 to 8:30. So we have freedom. Okay. So whatever time you want to come in and do, that's our window from 6 to 8:30.
Okay, 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 cool.
I know Yolanda had told me you might do the first half and she might do the second half. I don't know. But
That
whatever
when it was,
you, however you ladies wanted to do, this house party is gonna be jumping, so you don't want to miss
I
out.
think that's when it was earlier, when it was like from 1 to 4 or something like that. And then because she was
Yeah.
working, yeah, now from 6 to 8:30, she better be there.
Oh, oh, oh. Yes, ma'am.
Left me alone yesterday. Okay, so what type of loans have you worked with before besides
Oh, I
all?
work with all loans, from VA loans to FHA conventional. Those are all loans that I practice a lot. Like so,
Now VA
um,
is no zero down payment, right?
that is correct. Snap, 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 snap. Yes, ma'am. VA is 0% down payment, but you still have closing cost
You have
fees. I
closing.
always like to acknowledge that because sometimes people come in like, oh, I have to put no money down. But guess what? I could get you some down payment assistance with that VA too. So come see me. I'm
Okay.
working on a loan at this time. It's a VA couple, and I was also able to get them some down payment assistance, so they coming to closing with nothing. I
Wow.
love I love those success stories like that. You know. FHA loans is for individual who credit score is really sometimes not that high, and it also like you only have to put down 3.5%, but you can also get down payment assistance with these programs.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, the city have money as well, but the city give away big money, like $15,000. But the loan max is 150K. So
Mm-hmm.
I need people to know it's like, oh, the city have money, but it's also limitations to this as well. But
Right.
know that once you fill out your application and I see, what you qualify for, then I'm already, you don't even have to worry about that. I'm already looking to see what would be a great down payment assistance for you and how can I help you in that way, what would be a perfect fit for you. So
Well, so what type of skills do you have to make a good loan officer?
you just really have to be committed, and also just people skills, and because if somebody coming to you and they've been told no, 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 I just closed on a loan last month. And
Mm-hmm.
from my understanding, he went to other lenders, but I was solution focused. So I want to encourage people to be solution focused.
Mm-hmm.
When he came to me, I didn't know he had experience several no's from other lenders, but when he came to me, um, we was able to close that deal. And I'm just gonna give a shout out to CC Realtor. It was someone she referred to me,
Mm-hmm.
and we was able to close that deal. But the young man, um, he was just so just appreciative of me just working patience, Sometimes I be in a file just trying to come up with different solutions or see how I can help that client. Treat each file like it's your own.
Right.
And that's something that I do with every file, and I just try to work it. Sometimes you have to work different scenarios, and you just have to figure it out. So you got to be solution focused. So, like I say, even when I tell someone not at this time, when I come to them, I'm going to have some solutions for them as well. So these are some things that we can do to get you to your goal.
So what computer or technology program do you have to that make your job easier for you to work with?
Well, I have as a blind low vision, and I do identify as blindness because I do have a contact that I put on every day. But
Mm-hmm.
just note to self, about about 4 months ago, a fog came over my right eye and I couldn't see again. I don't have any sight in my left eye, but like light perception. So my right eye, I could not see. So one thing I do have is blind skills. So I have a software on my computer that speaks to me. So I stayed out of work for about a week, but my branch manager, when I came back, he was like, "You was closing deals and you couldn't even see," because I know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
I know that this contact, like I said, it can stop today. It can stop when I'm on this call. But one thing I do know is that I have blind skills and I can still continue to live my best life out of sight and do every job because I got every degree as a blind woman.
Right. Wow. Girl, I'm still about to cry. But it's
Tears
tears
of
of joy.
joy.
It's tears
Tears
of
of
joy.
joy.
Tears of joy.
That's my testimony. And like I tell anybody, you know, um, when I had that fog over my eyes for 60 days, God was ministering to me because he just in my spirit, like if I could do it once, I can definitely do it twice. You know, a lot of times God to get your attention. I had to sit down for a second,
Right, right.
reevaluate some things in my life. In order to heal, you got to keep it real with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it's all about. Like every journey, every life lesson, be end up being beautiful poetry to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a very truthful poet,
That was coming
and
next.
very just vulnerable. Very vulnerable. And like my book here, this is my book, The Right to Heal.
Mm-hmm.
Did I tell you Les Brown endorsed our book?
Oh no.
So my book is an anthology. It's a talk women of color sharing how we lost sight but gained vision. Yes, and the famous motivational speaker Les Brown endorsed our book. And everybody go, Jeanetta, do you have a management team? I was like, no, baby, I'm doing this blind.
Okay, so when you review a loan application, what
So
do you do?
the women in the book is from,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
hello?
Okay, okay, go ahead. You,
No, go ahead.
no, you froze for a little bit. Go ahead, talk about the women in the book. Can you hear me, Janetta?
Okay. The women in the book, yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can. But you can, you keep freezing because you're on your phone. That's one reason. Uh,
Okay.
Go ahead.
I keep freezing.
I know that's your phone.
Okay. So what I was saying, the women in the book are, that's my phone.
Yeah, but we good because we gonna wait on you.
What about now?
We good. What did
Hello?
you do?
I don't know.
Uh,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I
You
hear.
can.
I can.
Oh, okay. I haven't did anything.
Okay.
But the women in the book is eight blind women from all over the world,
Mm,
and I'm just excited because each one of them is different shades of blindness. So if it's a book of hope, it's a book of inspiration. So if you are looking for that, it's not a blind book. If you ever been blinded by life, then this is the book for you.
yeah. Wow. I'm gonna have to get that. And you can get that for Amazon, huh? Right? Am I? Did you tell me that?
You get it on Amazon, or if you meet me at the look, if you meet me at the house party, I can sign you a copy there because I do have some copies I'm rolling with.
Okay. Okay. I'll wait for the house party. Okay, so when you review a loan application, what do you do? What do you focus mostly on when you review it? The income or what?
So these are some things that we so it's not just a one thing. So these are some things that when we're reviewing your application, your credit,
Mm-hmm.
um 30 days, we need 30 days of check stubs, 60 days of bank statements. We need your
Mm-hmm.
W-2s. The current year 20 like 22, 2021. However, I want to note to self, if you self-employed, your tax returns for 2022, 2020, so many times, like we review your income, how you get paid, like all that plays a factor. I need 2 years of work history. So say for instance you've been working at this job a year, but you have not, after that, before that job you didn't work for 2 years. That means you have to go back 2 more years, like, and go into that third year because I need 2 year of documented work history as well on the application. So when we look at your application, like we looking at everything, and in order to get an approval, you got to get your credit pulled. So a lot of times, if a lender give you a pre-qualification, they didn't pull your credit, then it doesn't stand. It doesn't stand because we have to look at your liabilities as well. If you own property, like I say, it's several factors that's taking place. So once I pull your credit, then I can see what's on your credit, as well. Also, we do a lot. I like to tell ladies, if like when it comes to income, when it comes to child support, have you been getting it consecutively, like for 2 years? Um, when it comes to if you owe child support, just different documents. If you own property, I would need those deeds and stuff like that. Do you have a mortgage? Because sometimes you might own a property, but you want to buy a home.
Mm-hmm.
You can still do that, but I still have to count. That will pull up on your credit report, and we're going to count that will be counted as your debt as well. So it's just a few things that, like I said, it's just not a one thing. It's not a quick say it's an essay, but we can get it done today. Once we get all our information, that's why I send my clients a list of items needed, everything that I was just sharing with you. And if anything, applies to you, then what I need you to bring me. A lot of times, some people go into their 401k when it comes to, because you can utilize funds from your 401k as well most of the time. So I would need the summary, your most current summary of your 401k as well.
So have you ever
So I
done a
always
loan?
tell people it's a holistic approach.
Right. So have you ever done a loan for a person
Ma'am?
who is? Have you ever done approved a loan for a customer with high risk assessment? Can you hear me?
Yeah, because I've closed. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Hello? Okay.
Yes. I can.
So we say
Yes.
high risk. So say for instance, if somebody with a credit score is like 530 or something like that, we can close a deal like that. But you would have to bring in 10%
Oh,
of
okay.
for your down payment as
I don't
well.
think right.
And count. So a lot of times that's why I tell people don't count yourself out, because that's, to me, is high risk when your score is 530.
Mm-hmm.
However, if you have the funds, to put down 10%, more than likely we can close that deal as well, and we have.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Cool.
So
So,
you
so
so you ready? You ready to buy another house, Miss Deborah?
no, ma'am. But you know what? You know what? You know,
Okay, just checking.
at one time, every day I was saying, I'm gonna buy a new home. I'm gonna buy a new house. I'm gonna do this. But I ain't going nowhere. I'm not going anywhere. Can
That's
you
all
hear me?
right. I don't
Yeah, I'm
blame
staying right here. I'm staying.
you, Miss
I tell
Deborah.
you, brother,
But
I'm not
yes.
ready. Tell your brother I'm not ready for him to build my house. You heard me? Oh, she froze.
All right, look, yeah, we trying to get you on Essie Lane over
You
there,
you heard what I said?
And we also gonna do maybe. Oh, that would be good. I'm gonna get with you on that too.
What?
Huh?
What?
You chopping up?
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Okay, you was chopping up.
Okay, so you gonna give me do what?
I'ma cry.
Don't cry. Don't cry. You cry.
We having an open house on. We having an open house on. We having an
Oh,
open house on Essie Lane, which my brother have opened up that street building homes
right.
on my mom's street. He named after
On
my
you.
mom, Essie Lane. So
Mm-hmm.
on June 29th, we're doing an open house.
Okay.
Everything for those who don't know, Cornell Price is my brother. He's a
Yes.
builder, my only brother, my big brother, and also his Kimberly Price, my sister-in-law. She's a realtor, and so we're doing an open house, and I'm excited.
Cool.
And we
Cool.
want everybody to come out on Essie Lane. So we might get the line dancers to come out. I don't know. So I think it will be fun. We have some homes available on Essie Lane. And if you want to be on Essie Lane, we want you to be on Essie Lane. It's a blessed street because it's named after my mama. So
Oh yeah,
it's
baby.
a blessed block. So if you want more information about Essie Lane, go check Essie Lane out. It is the new
Yeah.
upcoming community, and I'm just loving it. So, but yeah, Essie Lane, big open house on June 29th.
Tell Cornell I'm not ready for him to build me a house. Nope. Nope. Nope.
I don't know. I'm thinking you might end up on Essie Lane,
Oh,
Miss
so you
Deborah. Come
you
on over there.
okay? Okay. So how did you keep now? The person in your office was saying while you was out, you had a lot of loan applications coming in, for you to deal with. So how do you keep your clients' application private?
How I keep because everything is going to my system, so everything is individually based, and I mean confidentiality is number one.
Right.
Even when you walked in my office, I began to move folders. So a client never have to worry about our system is designed to protect the client and their identity and all their information because you have to trust your lender. Because I tell people, you give me, I need all your business. So you have to trust that my company, our company is protecting you with systems in place. So a client, I never had any issues with with confidentiality or something like that. We don't play them type of games. So
Hmm.
once you put in that application and even submitting your information, that's all personal. That's me and you, and nobody else.
Hmm. Let me
I'm
go back. Let me go back to my viewers because they're talking a lot over here, and I'm just ignoring them, but I don't want to.
Oh, don't ignore. Okay.
They know I'm not ignoring them, but I mean, hey Janice, hey Bobby, I'm gonna call their name.
Hey.
Isaac, D, hey girl, Terry, and let me see, D again, Terry. Hey Cheryl, Cheryl is my sister. That was another one at the fence. That's our joke. We at the fence. Then we have Edward Red. Then we have Mamie, and we have Tina. Hey guys, how y'all doing? Someone said, um, where is the community again? Where's the new community?
It's off of 105 in Major, Essie Lane. And like I said, you guys can contact me as well. And, I can give you some addresses, but it's right off for Major Drive in 105.
Yeah, right there. And what's the name of the block again? It's Essie Lane. Essie is her
It's
mother.
Essie Lane.
Yes. And so the name
Yes,
she got that from.
ESSIE.
Yeah. So
And also, you go on Essie Lane, you'll see some of my signs as well. But I'm just excited about this open house. And then you guys were able to meet my mom as well. That's a blessed block. And I just thank God because my brother was the one who told me that I was a lender. I was actually studying for my counseling exam, and he just came upstairs when I was at his office and was like, "Hey, you're going to be my lender." And I took the course, and now I'm his lender. So I just thank God because I consider myself a visionary, but I always tell people my brother truly is a visionary. He told his wife she was a realtor. He told me I was a lender. He told my nephew that he was an inspector, legendary in inspection. So it's a family affair, and it's a beautiful thing.
I'm I'm just overjoyed. I mean, just overjoyed. It's you don't know. You don't. Well, you do know the story. So it's overjoyed. So one more time, Jeanette, tell everybody about Friday night. What's going on Friday night? Um, on Gulf Avenue.
Yes. So Friday night is a house party. Everybody is welcome. We invited the Southeast Texas line dancers. Miss Deborah and them is have joined this movement with me. DJ Chat has joined this movement. We're gonna dance. We're gonna have refreshments, door prizes, but it's all about celebrate National Home Ownership Month. I will be giving out some out of sight tips. I know after I catch my breath because I'm gonna be out of breath as well, trying to keep up with Miss Deborah. But we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna dance. We're gonna party. But we
Yes,
also gonna be educated. Yes, we will be entertained. But I want people to walk away feeling encouraged that they too can become home owners as well. So I'm looking forward to hosting more house parties all over the community because I just want to reach out to the community to reach out and let them know that it is resources. You don't have to have a whole bunch of money to
mhm,
buy a house. Like you do not. Whoever says you have to have 20% down, that is not true. For every case. So it's like I just want to be able to people to be able to tap into their vision.
right.
And let them know, like, don't be blinded by what you hear or what you Google. Don't be blinded by that. Tap into your vision and get with a lender with a vision. And I am out of sight the mortgage loan lady. So
Wow.
y'all come out and celebrate with us.
It's Friday night, June the 23rd, from 6 to 8:30, and we're just gonna have a good time out there. I'm excited. I'm so happy that you chose me
Yes,
to help
ma'am.
you
And
out, our group. Yeah, put it like that.
but I also want to shout out, I call her Baby. We go way back. Sister Stanley too. But she's the one that cuz I was like I'm looking for some line dancing instructors and stuff like that. And she dropped your information and I didn't even realize that we had a connection already. I didn't know that about you. So
Right,
it's a beautiful thing and that's why I tell people I am on purpose is bringing the community involved in whatever I'm doing. And like I said, I've always been in the community. I've always served in the community, especially when it comes to the blind community.
mhm,
Hosting events, and many people know me as that resource and that advocate. But also, the Right to Heal. The name of my book is also a nonprofit, and we host different events as well. So I partner with the Salvation Army because a lot of times homeless people don't get to go to poetic shows. So
right.
what I did is I partnered with the Salvation Army. They feed in the evening, and I went there, and one of my poetic sisters, his poet, met me
Yes,
outside,
love
and
her.
we performed like we was performing in front of the president or whatever, and
Hmm.
it was so beautiful that we was able to bring that art of poetry to them, the art of healing as well, and we sat there and we took turns just performing for the
Hmm.
homeless. So the Right to Heal is now a nonprofit as well, and I'm looking forward to partnering with different organizations to do more pop up poetic shows.
Hmm.
And one more thing I want to share about Western Mortgage Group. That's the company I work for. Every year we do a Gives Back Day. So
Hmm.
I knew when I was shopping around looking for a lender, like a company that I wanted to work with that fit me, Western Mortgage Group was the company for me. And I
Hmm.
love the fact that they give back as well. So we
Right.
partner with Sleep in Heavenly Peace. Not sure if you guys are familiar with that organization, but they
Hmm.
build beds for kids in Southeast Texas so our babies won't have to sleep on the floor. So
Amen.
what we have done is we partner with them
Awesome.
and we're gonna do a bed in a bag drive. So if you would like to partner, please contact me. Our company is giving complimentary shirts that say more than a mortgage because we are that. We're a more we just don't serve loans. We serve the community. So
Right.
we're gonna be we can you can donate beds in the bags, you can donate pillows. You if you want to use your business as a place where your network can drop off beds in the bags and it could be for girls or boys, whatever. Because just imagine when you was a kid, what would you want your room to look like? So I'm excited about partnering with Sleep in Heavenly Peace, and I ask you guys to join our movement as well.
Yeah, yeah. I'm so excited. I can't wait to be with you guys on Friday. I
Me
can't wait.
too.
And with that being said, don't forget tomorrow night we have line lessons practice tomorrow night at the man Dora Miller at American Legion Hall at Dora Miller at 6 o'clock. So anybody out there that wants to join us, feel free to come on out. We have fun. Don't forget to bring a towel and some water because we're gonna work you to death. We're gonna work you.
But we're gonna have some refreshments for them. They're gonna be okay.
Oh yeah, okay. We're gonna have that.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, so let me go back and say I'm giving a shout out to those Panthers. They out this week. They're gonna tomorrow night they start their mass reunion with it, and then they're gonna have a lot of events going on throughout the weeks. So a shout out to them throughout the weeks. Those Panthers on the prowl, and y'all gonna have to watch out because it's their time. It's their time to shine. Also, in July, the Bulldogs, Charlie Park Bulldogs, will be out, and we will have our reunion then, July the 9th through the 16th. So wait a while. We're gonna talk about it in Charlton Park, but right now it's Heba time. Let them have their fun right now. Also, in case y'all didn't forgot or in case you missed it, this is my third anniversary month. And the month of June, I've been on the air for 3 years, and I am so excited. And I come on every Tuesday
Congratulations.
and sometimes Wednesdays, sometimes Thursdays, but never Fridays. That's my date night.
I know that's right.
So anyway, 3 years I've been on here 3 years. So shout out to Deborah Jones. Anyway, yeah, Terry said Panther Pride. Yes, baby, Panther Pride this week. Okay, with nothing being said, Jeanetta, I am so excited. I'm super excited that you came on tonight and gave us all that information you gave us tonight. And we will be
Me
out there Friday night to support you. So whatever you need, if you don't know how to get in touch with me, your mama does.
okay. Well, I tell you what. Before we go,
Okay.
okay. And before I go, it's no way that I be before the people and I recite a poem.
Oh yes, ma'am. I forgot that. Let's go ahead. And don't you freeze on us. Don't freeze on us. Go ahead.
I bet not. Okay, so I'm gonna stay
All
right
right.
here. Okay. I want to leave with some words of encouragement, and the name of my chapter in my book is "Beautifully Healed" because it was a time that when I was losing sight, that I lost my confidence, I lost my get up and go, and I just thought that my life was over. So the name of my chapter again is "Beautifully Healed," and I want you to know out there that you too are beautiful, and you too have the right to heal. I hate the whips and beat it in my skin from stretching, or how I wear my hair over my eye. You think I'm so fly, but it's to hide the disfiguration of my eye. Oh, wait a minute. I refuse to stand. Afraid it's going to reveal the truth that I'm not prepared to face. So I hide behind a mask, praying that you don't see my blindness. I'd rather for you to see my double chin or my imperfect smile that frown upon my chin too, that I unconsciously place one hand over my mouth when I'm laughing. Because I've been taught that this was so unattractive. Insecurities bruises you internally. Perfect patty to I never be. All the kids used to tease me like, get away from me with your big bubbly lips. And when I looked in the mirror, it disgusted me because I saw ugly. As I replayed the girls making fun of my nappy hair, wide nose, and even my clothes, clueless that they was killing me so softly with their words, so powerful to the tongue. But I was too blind to see. better known as the pink tongue NATO, destroyed my self esteem, and I helped that I was the biggest child on the team, lacking behind. Ashamed to come out the dressing room, so I cried, praying that the tears would roll off my dark complexion so I could be a lighter version, and the boys just might like me, might even say, oh, hi to me. Oh, how I wished I looked it like Barbie. Vanilla skin, pointed nose, thin. Did I mention thin? Thin like anorexia, thin like bulimia, who caused a million little girls as well as women to slit their wrists and end up mentally impaired because they are dying to fit a society image of beautifully thin line between love and hate. Insecurities bruises you internally, leaving open wounds only He can heal. Lord, I believe it and I receive it in your name. Insecurities no longer define me. I am who my Father created me to be. Beautiful.
All
You are
right.
beautiful.
All
God
right.
bless y'all. Thank you, Miss Deborah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I love you, Jeanetta.
Love you too.
Kiss your mama for me.
I will. I will. God bless y'all.
Thank you guys for joining us tonight on Blue Table Talk. You guys always support me. If I can hear somebody as I pass along this way, then I know that my living is not in vain. God bless you. God. Okay, God keep us my prayer. Good night. Stay on,
Amen.
Jeanette.
Okay.